from a galaxy far, far away.
And a bookshelf straight out of the 90s.
From Thrawn to Dantooine.
And everything in between. This is Legends Look Back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Legends Look Back, proudly part of the Utini Podcast Network. This is a Star Wars books podcast for people who can hoverboard even better than Marty McFly, where we celebrate our rich EU history as well as dive into lesser-known Star Wars classics. I'm your host, Jared Mays. I am not joined by our producer, Rick Grace, tonight, and it's going to be great. It's going to be fine. Although I totally already lost one of these video recordings from, I tried to do the episode the other day with Trevor. But you know who we do have, and who is not lost. However, he is wonderful, and he is bright white in his Imperial coat tonight. That is my legendary co-host, another year older, another year wiser, Freddie C.
Oh, Grand Admiral Thrawn. I thought that's where you were going with. Yes, it's me. I still have my... You want to do that again?
No, I'm just trying to find the right button, man.
Let's see here. Yeah, still have my tree up. I managed to not stain my Thrawn jacket, so that felt nice. Doing well. 2024 is busy, off to a great start, and honestly, looking forward to just chatting more with not just Utini fans, but fans across all platforms. It's going to be interesting, Jared. We're going to do it soon.
Absolutely, yeah. We've got some fun things in the works. A bit of a transition period here at Utini, so much so that we have been reallocated to. We have migrated to the new. I've been saying that Corey evicted us from our YouTube channel, but no, it's been an ongoing process. We've got some fun things in the works, and I can't wait to say boogity woogity woogity in no time. But for tonight, we're going to be looking back on all the fun things that have happened in the past. That is 2023. We're going to be looking forward to some releases happening in 2024. But first, a little segment that we like to call Thraken's Thrift Store. Freddie, please tell me you got some Star Wars collectibles for the holidays.
Oh man, I got quite a bit. So, one of my favorite things that I just recently got is this tiny little Grogu. It's not Legends related, but it's a Grogu waffle / pancake maker. Presented to me by the little one, so that was fun.
Oh, cool. Does it make like little frog egg pancakes?
Well, it makes Grogu pancakes. He's in his cradle, and you get to eat him, so there's that.
Great.
That's
Love that. That's not at all unsettling.
The other thing that I got here is the Star Wars Archives book. Have you seen this one, Jared?
I've seen the gigantic one that's like $125.
Yep, did not want to get that one. That was a little too crazy. So it
would be too big to hold up on the stream. That's the problem.
Yeah, but this is so beautiful. It's a great coffee book, I would say. It has a lot of photos, a lot of beautiful photos.
Oh, look at that Dewback.
Yep, Dewback Stormtrooper. A lot of concept art. Like, check that out. I mean, they went into fine detail on how these equipment would go. Production shots, you name it, it was all here. And it has what seems like the life story of George Lucas, how he came up with the ideas. It intersects it with A New Hope. I mean, this thing is literally the... it's small for as much information as there is in here. It's small, but it's a lot of direct quotes, if you would, from just really important folks: George Lucas, Mark Hamill.
Who? Just kidding.
Anyway, very fantastic. Definitely right up there with everything else that I've gotten. Got some other stuff, but I would say in terms of books, this is the best thing I got this time around. So. Very fun digging into it. I read a few pages before I started the show, and it's very.
Wait, you read the pages that are just pictures?
Yes, I read the pictures. No. There's a lot of good information in here.
There's actually what, words as well?
Yeah. So there's just text there, and it's George Lucas's words. It's the interviewer, and I'm assuming they're just audio. They're taped and then transcribed. We're incredibly informative, honestly. This is one of the best Star Wars things I've gotten in a while.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Well, I am thrilled to show off a couple of things that I got as well. I've actually never seen that book before, Freddie. The little one. I've seen the big one, but I've not seen the little one. What'd you call it? The Star Wars Archives?
Yeah, Star Wars Archives, and it's actually the collection here. I'll take them all out.
Oh, there's little ones. Okay, they go together.
New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. So
when you stick them all in the box together, you say, Megazord sequence has initiated.
Turns into one large book.
And then you can fight Goldar. Love it. I got a couple of things. One is the shirt that I'm wearing. For our audio listeners, it's really cool, and it's got an X-Wing on it. Thanks to my little brother for that. But I also got something that has become, longtime fans of the show will know, it's a collection that I didn't mean to start. It's a collection that my stepmother started to give to me years ago, and the collection now has grown. In fact, I've got 2 entire bookcases. The top of them are just covered in these things. That is, I've got the Hallmark Itty Bitties. You know about the Itty Bitties, Freddie?
Yeah, I know those Itty Bitties.
They're tiny. They're little plushies. I got the Itty Bitty Princess Leia this year.
Oh, wow.
But with some big old buns. You know what I'm saying?
It reminds me of those, what are those, like Fisher-Price tots?
I was going to say like Funko Pops, but the heads don't bobble. They squish.
Yep.
Anyway.
Squishmallows, yeah.
I got it, and I was like, you know what? This, at this point, has become a full-fledged collection. I've got 1, 2, 3. Welcome to a segment we call Counting with Legends Look Back. Anyway, I've got a bunch of them. I've got a Yoda, and I've got a Luke, and I got a Thrawn. The Thrawn I bought at Celebration, looking almost as fly as Freddie C. In his white shirt. The jacket.
Jacket.
Yeah, those were my Star Wars thing, as well as I got the iJedi ELC from Caroline in the Utini Secret Santa.
Nice.
And if only I'd gotten it like 3 months sooner, I could have gotten it signed by Michael A. Stackpole, but I didn't, and it's fine. And I love it anyway. I love the present almost as much as I love the book. I love it way more than that. And we have, of course, moved on from the holidays now. Freddie, it is time for a little bit of looking ahead into the new year before we look back at all the fun that we have had here on Legends. Look back in 2023. Freddie, give us the rundown. What are some of the fun Legendsy things we can expect in 2024 while I try to find pictures of these wonderful things you can expect?
Absolutely. First of all, it's absolutely crazy that we're already past the holiday season, but here we are into 2024, and we've got quite a few awesome things to look forward to here in 2023 or in 2024. Look at me, 2024.
You can do this, Freddie. I believe in you.
So we've got the next waves of the ELCs coming up here, Jared. So I'm excited about these ELCs. It's giving us a chance to collect again, and my family, they're noticing. So the next wave here, we've got Wraith Squadron. Not sure if you have those photos yet.
I've got photos of a lot of things. Somehow I don't have photos of these ELCs, but I might just find them while you're talking.
No problem. We've got Wraith Squadron, Order 66, and Knight Errant. And I believe those are coming out in February 6th, so not too long from now.
Get those pre-orders in, folks.
Yeah, get those pre-orders in. Now's the time. The good thing that I think we heard from publishing was that these were never going to go out of print. Is that right, Jared?
They never go out of print. They never go out of print. Yeah, these are intended to be available on the shelves for years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's funny because Skooma Joe in the chat here, he goes, "Where's Rick? Is he safe? Is he all right?" Skooma Joe's on. Let's see. Yeah. Rick is on the beach somewhere right now.
Yeah, he's at Daytona Beach. He's at a professional conference.
He is
on the beach. Daytona Beach.
Yeah. All right, so we've got another wave coming up here. I got a lot of fun chat going on. Since Jared is producing, unfortunately, he is just busy behind the controller.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. You got this.
All right, Imperial Commando 501st, Iron Fist, and the Lando Calrissian Adventures. Those are the next wave of ELCs, and those are coming June 4th, so not too long from now.
Yeah, so these I don't think we've talked about yet on the show, Freddie.
No.
Have we? The fact that there's... And I don't know if these have been, officially revealed by our friends at Random House World / Del Rey. However, these leaks, if we want to call them leaks, probably not early advance word on the ELCs have been accurate, and then eventually Del Rey gets around to showing us the covers. But have we talked about the fact that there's going to be the Lando Calrissian adventure trilogy?
No, we have not. We have not touched on it, and I couldn't believe it. As I was reading it, my brain, I was like, wait a minute, Lando Calrissian Adventures? Okay.
Yeah. I really hope that they can get Billy D himself to read these audiobooks. Just imagine Billy D talking about Vuffy Ra. Yeah. What have we here? Guys, I don't like this one bit. Yeah, those books are wild.
You still hanging out with this loser?
Perfect. Yeah. Those books are bonkers, and I'm really glad that they're going to get another treatment, which also gets me excited to think that means they're going to follow this up with, though they haven't revealed it yet, that they would follow this up with the Han Solo adventures by Brian Daley. My number one dream as a Legends fan would be to have audiobooks of the Han Solo adventures by Brian Daley, read by none other than David W. Collins.
Oh, that'd be so good.
I love his Han Solo, and once again, Mr. Collins, I'm sorry for that time that I accidentally threatened you at Star Wars Celebration. It was not on purpose, and I mean you no harm. However, I would love for you to get this job and read those books, and then he can hang out in my ears all the time. Once again, another apology. David W. Collins, I'm sorry for the weird thing I just said about my ears.
This is awesome, though. They're Lando Calrissian Adventures. We're going back into 90, 95, 94. I love that. I love that they're reaching this far back.
Wait,
into the content.
No, these are the other ones. These are the 70s.
These are the
no.
further?
No, wait, the Lando books? Those are 80s, early 80s, 84, 85.
Is it 85?
These are right before the Dark Times. By L. Neil Smith. They're the oldest era of Legends publishing, and boy, do they read like it. That's all I'll say, and I can't wait for people to discover those. Moving right along here in the things that you can look forward to among the Legends re-releases coming up in 2023. Nope, 2024. We're going to get this by the end of the show, Freddie. That is another wave of ELC audiobooks. We've been talking about these. We've been promoting these. In fact, we've been given pre-release copies of some of these by our friends over at Penguin Random House Audio, and want to promote the fact that these are coming out very soon, and they're fantastic. And what is that exactly that we're talking about? We've got an image. Yes, we do. And
nice.
Right there it is. Yes,
there it is.
I'm so proud of myself.
Good job.
What is it, Freddie?
Yeah. We've got starting off at the top here, Outbound Flight. Awesome. Survivor's Quest.
Yep.
And these are both read by Mark Thompson. Next up, we've got The Courtship of Princess Leia, I, Jedi, and Yoda. Of course, we've got January Lavoie for Princess Courtship. I think that's a perfect choice. Jonathan Davis for I, Jedi. That's great. And of course,
Mark I love Jonathan Davis. Yeah, Mark Thompson for Yoda Dark Rendezvous, because he does a great Yoda. So very excited for that. Let us know in the chat which one of these you're most looking forward to. And what's your pipe dream for an ELC audiobook? Who would you have reading it? What would the book be? But that's not all, is it, Freddie? We've got some other re-releases coming up in 2024. That is by way of comics in the Essential Legends collections and those big hardcover omnibuy, right?
Yeah. We've got some. You know what? 2024. I was worried. I was like, we're getting some content, and it feels good to see that we're getting a lot of Legends content, because we've got some awesome collections here. We've got the Legends Epic Collection, The Menace Revealed Volume 4, and I believe that's coming out this month, at the end of this month, January 30th. And is that the cover art there, Jared?
I know for a fact that I have pulled this up. I'm just trying to find where it went. Let me keep looking here for the good folks to get to see. This is which one is it? What did you call it?
The Menace Revealed, Volume 4.
The Menace
Legends
Revealed
Epic Collection.
Volume 4. Aha. This one. Yeah, this is at least like an early cover.
Okay.
Is it necessarily what they're going to, what the cover is going to be for forever? I don't know, but at least it's what we've got. And it's got Boba Fett on it, and the folks are going to get to see it any moment now. Yeah, this is why we have Rick, everybody.
It looks like there's some like Minox or some sort of flying creature in the back. It looks like he's standing on top of, I can't tell if that's like a TIE fighter hexagon or what exactly he's doing. There it is.
Here it comes.
For the viewers there.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a great looking cover. And this really collects, let's see here. It collects, well, I don't have that written down, but it's got some good stuff in it, and it's going to be great. I thought I had these all written down.
I've got this collected.
Okay.
So we've got Rivers of Chaos, 1 through 4, Empire, 28 through 40, Rebellion, 1 through 16, Boba Fett Overkill, number 1, Boba Fett, 1 and 2, or it's like either 1 and 2, I'm not sure. Splinter of the Mind's Eye, 1 through 4, that should be fun. Material from Knights of the Old Republic, Rebellion, number 0, and Star Wars Tales, number 3, 15, 17, and 21. It's from.
So some good Boba Fett stuff in there.
Yeah, definitely some good stuff.
Good. Hey, do that thing with this next one. You find out what's in it, and I find the photo, and then it'll be seamless, and nobody will even. Now that we're discussing it out loud. So that comes out. This one comes out soon, January 30th.
Yes.
However, it's not the one that I'm the most excited for, to be honest. No, I believe that one. Actually, I've got the wrong image.
Actually, I believe I talked about the wrong thing here too.
Rebellion. That's the Rebellion Omnibus Volume 2 that comes out in May. So I don't have an image of the first one, The Menace Revealed Volume 4. It's going to be great. However, coming out in January.
Yeah. So everything you heard me say, that's for this
the next
one, which we'll talk about right now. That is for Star Wars Legends: The Rebellion Omnibus Volume 2. And as you stated there, Jared, it's coming out, what is that, May 14th? May 14th,
yes.
Okay. And just going back to The Menace Revealed Volume 4, I'm checking it out right now. It looks like...
Thank you, Freddie.
Yeah, it looks like that is correct. It's coming out January 30th. As for what it's collecting, we've got Star Wars The Bounty Hunters, Aura Singh, Star Wars Starfighter, Crossbones 1 through 3, Free Comic Book Day comic, some other good stuff, some Hasbro Toys R Us exclusive 1 through 4, which is that's pretty awesome.
Hey, I think I've got some of those actually. Some like
nice.
My first Legends comics, yeah.
Okay. Dark Horse Extra 44 through 47, and Star Wars Tales, some other numbers there. It's a bunch of cool stuff there. So, not to get confused, that one is for the Menace Revealed, and then the
However, yeah, the one that I'm most excited about is this one. This was one that I've got pre-ordered multiple copies of with multiple different covers, and that is, since I've got these titles written down in the wrong places, here it is. The Star Wars Legends: The New Republic Omnibus Volume 2. This is coming out June 11th. And as far as I can remember, this collects every single issue of Dark Empire 2, and Empire's End, as well as the most Ultimate Legends comics Megazord there ever was. All of the Thrawn trilogy comic adaptations in one volume. So, yeah, I've pretty much pre-ordered like a whole bunch of copies of that, hoping that I can have, collectible copies, one with each cover, and then potentially a couple to hoard in case the value goes up, because these are really nice.
Yeah, this one's awesome. The collection I'm looking into here, which, by the way, if you don't know where to look for some of this stuff, just go to utini.com. And,
that's right. The YouTube channel has changed, but the website has not.
Exactly. Yeah, go to utini.com. There's a bunch of stuff there, a lot of comics that it's covering. It's such a good... Jared, I'm going to have to get a few of these as well.
Yeah, this one for me is like going to be a holy grail title.
Yeah.
Very excited for that. But that's not all. One more omnibus coming out this next year. That is the Tales of the Jedi omnibus hardcover, and this one is also a doozy. I mean, it has got an incredible collection of stories in it, and I can't wait for folks to get their hands on this. Freddie, what exactly is the Tales of the Jedi omnibus?
Yeah, this one is set in the Old Republic era, and what we're collecting here is basically what I would call almost the history book of the. What is this? Is this an omnibuy? Yeah, like a history book of the omnibuy. You've got some of the Dawn of the Jedi. I would say you've got
all the Dawn of the Jedi comics, right?
Yeah, even number 0, which is a really good one. Definitely read it.
Very important.
Very important.
Many people say you should start at number 1, but no, not in Legends. You start at number 0.
Yep, start at number 0. And we've got Tales of the Jedi, which I believe this is all of them?
All of them. All of Dawn of the Jedi and all of Tales of the Jedi in one hardcover omnibus. This one is absolutely worth picking up.
This is high on my list. This has to be the one I collect as well. Unfortunately, looks like my wallet's screaming already 2024.
The good news is we've read off like 5 titles. So at the end of the day, like it's not the most that you have to buy, but it's not nothing. That's not counting many ELCs either.
And it seems like this is all within the first 7 months of the year. First 7 months, right? First 6 months of the year, and then you've got into July. So it's spread out over some time. It's not all at once.
So that's what's coming up in 2024. We are in, I think, for some real treats. But Freddie, that's not why we are here today. We are, of course, going to be spending the rest of the time that we've got looking back on all the fun that we've had here at Legends Look Back. And since Rick and Emily are not here to defend themselves, we're mostly going to be making fun of them. And so I can't wait to get into that. So, Freddie, the fact of the matter is we're at a bit of a transition here with the show, and we're going to keep everybody in the loop about what exactly is happening. We're having some, behind-the-scenes discussions about, how we're going to keep up with the pace of what we're going to read and how many live streams we're doing and all that good stuff. We'll keep you in the loop in all of our social channels. But we are going to continue to be bringing Legends content via Legends Look Back, and we're going to be focusing. Freddie, I'm wondering, have you started reading it yet? We're going to be focusing on the new Jedi Order in 2024.
Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't finished, but I have started. Good stuff. I mean, it's classic Star Wars to me already. It feels like I had not read into these so much. These were more into my adult years when I just didn't have the time to sit down and read 20 books.
Well, we're looking forward to the books that we're going to be reading in 2024. But Freddie, let's go around and look back at all the good books that we have read this past year in 2023. What are the books that we read for Legends Look Back? Can you remember off the top of your head without looking at the notes?
I can remember a few of them, but we've covered so many, and
the years start to run together.
The years start to run together like Death Troopers. We probably did that 3 times already.
The very first time was like back in like 2019.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I think we were still trying to figure out what the show would be like at that point. So don't listen to that one, please.
I still stand by that one. There were some others maybe along the way that were a little rougher.
Yeah, absolutely. But this year, for sure, the ones that I remember off the bat are, we've got the Back to War, which was a good one. Right away, Jared.
I was queued up and ready to go with that one.
Yep, this one's good. The Back to War is, it was great to see. I believe this was Rick's first read through of the Back to War, so it was good to see his point of view on this.
Yeah, we've finished out the what Del Rey has now relabeled the Rogue Squadron series, the first 4 books of the X-Wing series, which I'm pleased to see that they're continuing with the Wraith Squadron books.
Yes, yeah,
very pleased with that.
Yeah, absolutely, good times. Another one, of course, iJedi, right? We just talked about
who's Jedi.
Not your Jedi, but iJedi.
Remember that time that Emily told us that she was pregnant live on the show?
Yes. Oh my gosh, when was that? Was that this year or last year?
It wasn't this year, because I'm pretty sure that kid can tie his own shoes now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've got iJedi. What else can I remember here? That's right. We did the duology, Spectre of the Past, Vision of the Future. That was fun. There's the iJedi right there.
I'm not going to show every single one of these covers because I can't keep up with. Can't keep up as fast as you can go.
Luke's beautiful eyelashes.
Yeah, we're just going to stare deep into these eyelashes while we talk about the rest of these books.
Yeah. And then we hit some early Legends. Well, I wouldn't say early Legends in terms of publishing year, but early in terms of the chronology, Star Wars chronology. We hit what was it? Lost Tribe of the Sith, which was
that one was great.
That one's fun. Gosh, every time I read that book, it's so good. So we've got that one. Next up, we've got. Oh, Jared, I'm losing it. This is as far as I can go with my.
That's all right. You're doing well. How about Dawn of the Jedi? We talked about this one a little bit earlier in the show. Dawn of the Jedi, Into the Void, with its depths. Well, there are depths with this book.
There are depths.
I'll tell you what. I actually have ordered the hardcover of this from Inkstone. They're doing that special hardcover signed by the author.
Yeah.
And so mine should be somewhere
over the pond.
On its way here. It's probably stuck in Ohio. That's where they always get stuck. That's where all the packages go to die, is Ohio.
Dawn of the Jedi, yeah, it was a good one. It was this was my first time actually listening to the audiobook for Dawn of the Jedi. And,
it's a great audiobook.
It is a great audiobook, and it definitely catches you by surprise in a couple areas.
So recapping, we've got The Back to War, Dawn of the Jedi, Into the Void. We did the Tales of the Jedi comics. I'm not sure you mentioned those. Recovered those with Rick and Emily, though we had done them years before between the two of us, but they're that good. I mean, I revisit those like every year. Yeah. Lost Tribe of the Sith, Spectre of the Past, Vision of the Future, and iJedi makes for a good set of books. Freddie, out of all of those, which of those was your favorite Legends book for Legends Look Back in 2023?
You know, I really enjoyed Lost Tribe of the Sith again. Getting to I hadn't read those since they were in novella form.
Oh, really?
Way back. Yeah. Way
back. Like on the website?
Yeah. So it had been a long time since I've read them, and getting back into it and reading the whole thing from start to finish again, it was a good time. And oh my goodness, did it just what a ride. That's all. What a ride.
Yeah. Absolutely. Great stories. Some of, I would say, the more underrated Legends stories, and I was glad to get to share those with the listener, though I have a confession to make, Freddie.
Yeah.
I didn't finish the last, the novella on my read-through.
Oh.
My reread. The long one? The
Pandemonium.
Yeah.
Pandemonium's the last one.
I need, so maybe I'll finish it off sometime soon.
This was actually the first time I had read Pandemonium, because I hadn't read...
Right.
Pandemonium, I think that came out when they all published as a whole.
The Duality of Man, Freddie.
Yeah.
I read it years ago. You didn't read this one. This time around, I didn't read it, but you did.
Yeah. We were good. Go listen to it. It's a good episode.
Absolutely. So let us know, listeners, which of these, among the Legends books that we covered in 2023, were your favorites and why? And did you read Pandemonium like Freddie, or were you a bad boy like I was? So... listen, there's a lot to keep up with, but you know what else was fun about our shows in 2023 were our special guests. Guests. We had a number of, maybe fewer guests in 2023 than we had in remember back in the original concept of the show, Freddie, we would have a different guest every single episode.
Yeah, that was insane.
And it was, they picked the book. The guest, they came on, Stacy, shout out to Stacy for our Courtship Princess Leia episode. How about Heather? Heather's a real one.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Heather and Stacy for those early episodes back in the day.
You know who else was a wild guest? Patrick for Revan. Patrick was wild, man. Patrick was wild. Yeah. I love Patrick. Patrick was a guest in high demand. The chat was like, bring back Patrick. We want Patrick.
Patrick,
if you're out there, what's up? Hope you're doing well. But this year, in 2023, we had a handful of very fun guests. In fact, we had Emily gone for a number of months because she was relocating to a new country. And so we had several months without Emily. However, recently, we had Emily's return. for our roundtable over iJedi. So our nominees for Best Guest of 2023 on Legends Look Back. Freddie, you want to read them off?
Oh, yeah. We had Emily's Return for Eye of the Jedi. Trevor's Off-Kilter Recommendations for the Old Republic Era. Chris Kempshall for Star Wars Galaxies. And let's see, Dr. Bossman Corey Helton for the 20th anniversary of KOTOR. That one was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was. Also, look at the fact that it looks like Emily's on the show right now.
It does. And
She's
Jared,
not. Shout out to Emily.
No, she's not. That's a good picture. The next one, you have to give this one. This was your interview.
Uh-oh, we lost Freddie for a second. Freddie's back. All right, Freddie wants me to do it. Freddie, I don't know what I pressed, but I got rid of you for a second.
I'm here.
But yeah, another fun guest. I did a number of interviews down at Legends Con. That was a lot of fun at Legends Con. But I would say the one that's definitely going to be a nominee for Best Guest of 2023 was the absolutely unhinged Matthew Stover. He was so much fun to interview. He had me backpedaling the entire interview. He started off and he was like, "This thing had better be good. You better not ask me all the dumb questions everybody else always does." And I was like, "So, what was it like working with George Lucas?" So, thank you for that,
man.
Mr. Stover. Oh, he was like, "Call me Matt." He didn't want me calling him Mr. Stover.
That's good.
So some fun guests. I think I've got at least one more image here to show. What do you think? Out of all these, Chris Kempshall, that was very fun. He brought a level of intelligence that was honestly next level.
Getting Chris Kempshall on the show was honestly, it was very surprising because I had known Chris Kempshall through the community, knew almost a legend of sorts, right? The things that he accomplished on his server. I was on a different server. We lived in different places, so
talking about Star Wars Galaxies.
Talking about Star Wars Galaxies, yeah. You know what? I talk about it so often, I forgot to say the word itself. That was a lot of fun, but I have to admit, I might be partial. Having Emily back on the show felt vibrant, and it gave us a perspective that I feel like it's always incredibly nice to have every time we do these reviews.
Absolutely. So, I really enjoyed doing the interviews down at Legends Con. I don't have photos of every single interview that we did at Legends Con, though. It's always fun to pull a prank on Dr. Bossman Corey Helton. I did really enjoy the Ithorian prank that we pulled on him at the beginning. You know, when
that was so good.
We said it was Corey Helton, and instead I put up the image of the video from KOTOR of the Ithorian speaking out of both sides of his friggin' face.
That was good.
So shout out to Corey. Thanks for letting us do the show. But more importantly, shout out to all those Legends authors that gave us interviews. That was really fun. So we've talked about the books. We've talked about the guests. What else has been fun here behind the scenes at Legends Look Back in 2023, Freddie? How about the non-roundtable episodes?
Yeah.
How about those the random off-kilter episodes that's always like the day of the show, and I'm like, guys, what are we going to talk about?
The
Do you have a favorite
episodes.
That's right. The unhinged episodes. That's what we'll call them.
Yeah, those are fun. Those are my favorite. The non-roundtable episodes. We covered quite a few things. The one that I think actually caused a tiny bit of a stir in the community, and I say tiny bit because
we got some backlash. I woke up one morning and people were like, "Y'all are dumb. This is stupid. There's no such thing." And that is, according to my notes here, the gay Jedi. I left out an R. Is actually the Gray Jedi episode. Not to be confused with the Gay Jedi episode. TBD.
TBD, absolutely. There's likely some stuff there too to talk about, but yeah, absolutely. The Gray Jedi caused quite a bit of a. You know, when you throw in a pebble into a giant lake, not much happens. Well, we decided to throw a big, just hand-sized rock into the lake this time, not just a pebble. And exactly what you see there from Skooma Joe. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Yeah. Someone described this episode as, please don't.
But it was a lot of fun.
God forbid. So right. It was. I think it generated some good banter. The Gray Jedi episode, absolutely. Some other nominees that we want to give a quick shout out to here would be the Yoda episode. We did a Yoda crossover event. We did fun. The Best Legends Beach Reads, which was probably the worst out of these ideas, let's be honest. The Ahsoka episode, Ahsoka in Legends, that one was fun because Trevor helped us pull some obscure Ahsoka moments in Legends that I was like sharing comic files with the team, and we're like downloading comic book readers on our iPad so that we could access these ancient comic issues. So that was fun because it was material most of us had never read before. We did a Thrawn episode, and then recently we did Galactic Gifts. Freddie, go ahead.
It makes you remember, just covering some of these things, how fun a lot of these episodes were, and honestly, check them out. If you haven't listened to any of these episodes, just go through our catalog and pick some random stuff, random non-roundtable stuff. It's a lot of fun.
That's right, and now you can do that on the Utini Vault, and we need to get some views on those episodes. So, while you're at work, just run some of those episodes in the background, click like, leave some comments, get the algorithm working in our favor, even though you've watched them before. Go back and leave some more comments, some likes, just for fun, to help get the YouTube algorithm noticing these and recommending them to other folks. Hey, here's a fun one from Skooma Joe. He says, my favorite Legends Look Back moment of the year was watching you guys react to the Yoda Seagulls video for the first time. I believe that was a Patreon exclusive. I believe we released this as a Patreon exclusive. It might be time to upload that one to the Utini Vault, though.
I think we should. It's so good.
Yeah. Rick, what was the story on that? Rick and Emily had never seen it?
I had never seen it before.
You had never seen it?
Emily and I had never seen it before.
Rick had seen it. He's a youth minister.
You talked about seagulls and Yoda, and Emily and I were just sitting there.
Oh, it was the Jeopardy game, and we had a seagulls category.
Yes. And
you didn't know what they were.
Each other. We had no idea. And now we do.
That was fantastic. Yeah, thank you for that, Skooma. I didn't have that one among the nominees. That was fun. All right, hey, one last category here before we wrap it up tonight. What was your favorite Legends Look Back moment of the season? And some of this is off the beaten path stuff. Now, I've got a fun one here for you, Freddie. Can you reminisce a little bit about your experience at Star Wars Celebration?
First of all, I could not believe that we just had Star Wars Celebration here in 2024. It was magical. It was interesting because I'm coming in from a Legends point of view, and I have to admit it was a lot of fun getting to see the new stuff and also getting to see some Utini folks and Utini friends, and we were just pitching the Legends counts thing to everybody, and we saw a lot of Revans and got to hang out with a lot of folks, and I had such a good time. Oh, yeah, there we go. There's the highlight reel if you ever were interested.
Yeah, shout out to Bro Dameron. Bro Dameron's a real one.
Bro Dameron was wearing a Porg suit. You can't tell.
Wait, I was actually picturing like a gigantic Porg costume. No, that's not what you mean.
That's it right there.
Oh, that's covered in Porgs. I've not noticed that detail, and I created this thumbnail. So that's fantastic. Yeah. I sadly didn't get to go to this one with you.
Bit far.
It was, and I can't go to the next one. But one of these days, I'll go to another one again, Freddie. It'll be great.
Yeah, the next one's in Japan in 2025. So keep your eyes out for tickets this year. And if you get a VIP, let me know.
Yeah, Freddie's a high roller, always hanging with the VIPs. I had a couple of fun Legends experiences that you didn't get to go on.
Yes, you did.
Though it would have been fun if I had surprised my wife on our 10-year anniversary trip that, oh, hey, by the way, Freddie's going to be there too. That one would have been really cool. My wife and I got to go to the site of Anakin and Padme's wedding in episode 2 on our 10-year anniversary trip to Italy. This was at Lake Como at Villa Balbianello. And it was a legendary adventure. I mean, it was incredible trying to get to this place and the adventure that it took of hiking out there, and that we took like 2 or 3 trains and a bus around the narrowest road. We were dodging bicyclists left and right, eating gelato with both of our hands. I mean, it was fantastic.
It makes you
Absolutely
wonder
loved it.
how they found this site.
Well, this is it's like a famous movie filming location. So Casino Royale has a scene filmed here.
I see.
Other movies, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, that's a nice one.
That was a really, really fun experience. Even almost hard to believe that was 2023 because that was back in March. Another really fun thing that we got to do. Unfortunately, Freddie wasn't able to make it at the very last minute, but it was huge for our channel. Honestly, a huge boost in our listenership. If you met us at Legends Con or found us because of our interviews at Legends Con, we got the amazing opportunity to go to Legends Con, cover Legends Con, produce content for the channel, interview authors, network with other Legends fans. That was absolutely a fantastic adventure. And there's actually been some behind-the-scenes drama with the Legends Con Council, and so now it has splintered into two different Legends Cons. The before Battle of Yavin Legends Con and the after Battle of Yavin Legends Con. No, there's been a little bit of strife behind the scenes. So if and when there's another Legends Con, we'll be there, no matter what it's called. We had a great experience, and thankful
we'll
to everybody.
Hire Reed Pop, Jared. We'll start our own Legends Con.
Then Reed Pop is the company I'll be hiring. Oh man! But what are some other fun things that we got to do in 2024?
Oh yeah,
Rick got to meet several members of the team. I've met Rick before, but Rick got to do a meetup with Steven. He did a meetup with Oz and Carl, and he's not here, so that's all we're going to say about that. What else was fun? I built my Gonk droid in this 2023. That was a big, exciting experience that I had.
And I think Rick's caught. You had a couple things. You had the droid. Didn't you have? Oh, never mind. Sorry. That background that was 2022.
Oh yeah. That was the beginning of the year before when I put in this big background. I'm actually looking at last night. It might have been the night before. I reorganized part of the room. I had to show some pictures in the Discord. I took down a big featured art piece that I had, and I hung all of my 3 3/4 inch carded action figures.
Wow.
And so now I've got a section over here in the room. Let's see. I've got Dash Rendar next to Scooby-Doo Luke hanging out with Figrin Dan next to Cam Kennedy Boba Fett, watercolor Boba Fett. Underneath them, we've got... if I can see around my ring light. Sure enough, I can smell him. It's Prince Shizor next to Backpack Yoda and Old Man Ben. Oh, and Grand Admiral Thrawn. So those are my 3 3/4 inch carded figures over here. So it's fun. It's fun doing the collecting thing. And another fun collectible thing I don't think I got a chance to show you because you were gone last week. I finally got my Thrawn Funko Pop.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, very excited. It's over there. I'll show you another time. Yeah, I'm not about to get up and flash my butt in front of the camera here at the first episode of 2024. Whew, so it's been a big year. Freddie, any hopes and dreams for what's to come?
You know what? I think that my hope and dream is to continue giving folks the information they need for Legends, right? For anybody who's out there in the future, now, tomorrow, 20 years from now, they're reading a book that they find what they're looking for at Legends Look Back, and not just Legends Star Wars, right? We're talking lots of other cool stuff. So that's my hope, is that we give the folks what they want, and everyone has a good time.
There you go. I think we've got a good culture of a good community of positivity, and we had some fun along the way. So we get into the nitty gritty. We're not afraid to debate the ethics of the gray Jedi and that sort of thing, but also can get into the fun things like Scooby-Doo Luke and Hot Dog Boba Fett. So, and we're really thankful for all the fans who have helped us to make this happen, and we're really looking forward to getting into the nitty gritty of Yuuzhan Vong religion and culture in 2024. All of the unhinged episodes, they're all Yuuzhan Vong related. All the roundtables are New Jedi Order books. No,
2024 is going to be unhinged.
That's not true. We're only going to subject you to so much Yuuzhan Vong lore. To be honest, I might even skip some of it in my reread of the New Jedi Order. because, been there, done that. I'm really there for the Jedi relationships. We'll save that for the next episode. But that is going to do it for this week. Thanks for joining us here for Legends Look Back. Thanks to our incredible patrons for your support. We love making the show. We're glad you're along for the ride. A special thank you to Brian Dooley, Carl Sander, Michael Fry, Raymond Baczynski on our Jedi High Council, as well as James T., Ashley Ingalls, Colton 5, Chris Carrizo, and Sally and Chris Eilerson on our Alliance High Command for their amazing support. Remember to sub to, especially, hey, this is big with the new channel. If you leave us the sub, if you go around, click some likes on a video or 3 that are your particular favorites, that might just help boost us in the algorithm to help get the new channel out to folks who are fans of the show. If you'd like your thoughts around the show, our contact information can be found in the description. We're also on Twitter at Legends Look Back. We're in the Utini Discord in the hashtag Legends Look Back channel. And remember, everybody, keep the Utini fan code and be a force for positivity in the fandom. For 2024, may the force be with you.
This is a Utini broadcast.